in distant silence, and the void stretches beyond comprehension, a solitary emissary drifts through the interstellar night. It is not a vessel carrying human explorers, nor a fleeting probe destined to return home. It is Voyager 2, a relic of human ambition launched nearly half a century ago, carrying the dreams of a curious species into the unknown. For decades, it has whispered faint signals back to Earth, relaying data from the farthest reaches of our solar system and beyond, where the sun's influence fades into the cold embrace of interstellar space. Scientists long assumed its journey would end in quiet obscurity, its instruments gradually succumbing to the decay of time, its voice growing dim against the cosmic static. But now, something extraordinary has happened. Voyager 2's final signal, received just days ago, carried a message that has shaken the foundations of our understanding. It wasn't a farewell. It wasn't silence. It was a warning, a pulse from the abyss that suggests we are not as alone as we believed, and the universe may hold secrets far closer than we ever imagined. Voyager 2's mission was a triumph of human ingenuity, launched in 1977 to explore the outer giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, before venturing into the uncharted territory beyond the heliopause, the boundary where the solar wind gives way to the interstellar medium. Equipped with a suite of instruments designed to measure plasma waves, magnetic fields, and cosmic rays, it was built to endure the harshness of space for a mere 5 years. Yet, defying all expectations, it has persisted for nearly 5 decades, its radioisotope thermoelectric generators slowly depleting, its signals growing fainter with each passing year. Scientists at the Deep Space Network, a global array of antennas straining to catch its whispers, had prepared for the inevitable moment when Voyager 2 would fall silent. They expected a gradual fade, a final transmission, lost to the cosmic noise. But what arrived instead was something far more profound. The signal, captured in late July 2025, was not a routine telemetry feed. It carried an anomaly, a structured sequence of electromagnetic pulses that defied the natural rhythms of the interstellar medium. It was as if the universe itself had spoken, and Voyager 2 was merely the conduit. At first, the anomaly appeared as a subtle deviation in the plasma wave subsystem, a fleeting spike in the data that lasted mere milliseconds. The instrument, designed to detect oscillations in the charged particles of interstellar space, registered a pattern that seemed out of place, too precise, too rhythmic, to be the random chatter of cosmic particles. Engineers initially suspected a malfunction. After all, Voyager 2's systems are ancient, its components battered by decades of radiation and extreme cold. Cosmic rays can disrupt electronics, creating false positives in aging hardware. But as the team analyzed the signal, their skepticism gave way to unease. The data wasn't random. It repeated in cycles, each pulse aligned with mathematical precision, oscillating at frequencies that bore no resemblance to known natural phenomena. The signal structure suggested intent, as if something out there had imprinted a message onto the probe's instruments. When the data was cross-referenced with historical records, a chilling realization emerged. This was not the first time Voyager 2 had encountered such a phenomenon, but it was the first time humanity had the tools to recognize it for what it was. Decades earlier, in the late 2010s, as Voyager 2 crossed the heliopause and entered interstellar space, it had transmitted a similar anomaly, a brief unexplained fluctuation in its plasma wave data. At the time, scientists dismissed it as interference. possibly caused by a passing cosmic ray or a glitch in the probe's aging systems. The technology of the era lacked the computational power to analyze the signal's complexity, and the event was archived as a curiosity, overshadowed by the excitement of Voyager 2's entry into the interstellar medium. But now, with advancements in artificial intelligence and quantum signal processing, researchers revisited those old records. What they found sent a shiver through the scientific community. The anomaly from 2018 was nearly identical to the one received in 2025, down to the precise frequency modulations and cyclic patterns. The two signals, separated by years and billions of kilometers, were not isolated incidents. They were part of a larger sequence, a message that had been waiting in the void, unnoticed until now. The implications were staggering. If the signal was indeed artificial, it suggested the presence of something or someone capable of manipulating electromagnetic waves with a sophistication far beyond human technology. The team at the Deep Space Network isolated the signal's waveform and subjected it to rigorous analysis. Using Fourier transforms, they uncovered a harmonic structure embedded within the pulses, a mathematical signature that mirrored the resonant frequencies of atomic hydrogen, the most abundant element in the universe. But this was no ordinary resonance. The signal was inverted, its harmonics deliberately altered, as if to distinguish it from natural cosmic noise. It was a beacon, crafted with intent, and it was directed at Voyager 2. The probe's trajectory, which had carried it more than 20 billion kilometers from Earth, placed it in a region of space thought to be empty, a desolate expanse devoid of stars, planets, or known objects. Yet something was there, and it was responding to the probe's presence. As the analysis deepened, another disturbing detail emerged. The signal wasn't a one-time transmission. It was dynamic, shifting in response to Voyager 2's own telemetry broadcasts. Each time the probe sent a burst of data back to Earth, the anomaly adjusted its frequency, as if echoing or mimicking the transmission. This behavior suggested an active intelligence, one capable of listening and reacting in real time. Scientists modeled the signal's path, hoping to pinpoint its source, but the results were baffling. The pulses didn't originate from a single point in space. Instead, they seemed to emanate from multiple locations simultaneously, as if the source was distributed across a vast region of the interstellar medium. This defied known physics, raising questions about the nature of the phenomenon. Was it a single entity, capable of manipulating space itself, or a network of objects communicating in unison? The uncertainty only heightened the sense of awe and dread. The scientific community was not alone in grappling with the discovery. Independent observatories, from the Atacama Desert to the Australian outback, began detecting faint echoes of the same signal, buried deep within the cosmic microwave background. These echoes were nearly imperceptible, requiring the most sensitive radio telescopes to isolate them, but they shared the same rhythmic structure as Voyager 2's transmission. The pulses were synchronized, their timing perfectly aligned with the 18-hour light travel delay between Voyager 2 and Earth. This phenomenon, dubbed the cosmic echo, suggested that whatever was out there was not confined to the probe's vicinity. It was projecting its presence across vast distances, as if broadcasting to the entire solar system. The realization sparked a wave of speculation. Was this a deliberate attempt at communication, or something more ominous, a warning to cease our exploration of the cosmos? The timing of the signal added another layer of mystery. Voyager 2 had been drifting through interstellar space for years, its instruments steadily degrading, its power supply dwindling. Yet the anomaly appeared just as humanity was reaching new milestones in technology. Quantum computing, advanced AI, and deep space communication systems capable of decoding complex signals. Some scientists began to wonder if the timing was coincidental or intentional. Had something been watching, waiting for humanity to develop the tools needed to understand its message? The idea was both thrilling and terrifying. For decades, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence had focused on distant stars and exoplanets, scanning for radio signals that might indicate life. But this was different. This was close, closer than anyone had dared to imagine, and it was active, responding to a probe that had been launched when computers filled entire rooms and the internet was a nascent dream. The data from Voyager 2's magnetometer provided further clues. The instrument, designed to measure magnetic fields in space, detected rapid fluctuations that coincided with the anomalous signal. These changes were not random but followed a pattern, as if the magnetic field was being manipulated by an external force. The distortions resembled theoretical models of Alcubierre-like warp fields, hypothetical constructs that could bend space-time to enable faster-than-light travel. While such technology remains speculative in human science, the similarity was uncanny. The fluctuations suggested an energy source capable of altering the fabric of reality itself, a prospect that pushed the boundaries of known physics. If true, it implied that whatever Voyager 2 had encountered was not just intelligent, but wielded capabilities far beyond our own. The thought was humbling, yet it carried a profound weight. Humanity's first contact might not be with a civilization like our own, but with something far greater. As the scientific community debated the signal's origins, a darker possibility emerged. The object or phenomenon responsible for the transmission seemed to be tracking Voyager 2. Its movements, inferred from changes in the plasma wave and magnetometer data, were not random. The source adjusted its position, maintaining a consistent distance from the probe as if studying it. This behavior was eerily reminiscent of a predator shadowing its prey, cautious yet deliberate. Simulations of the object's trajectory revealed no alignment with gravitational forces or known celestial bodies. It moved with purpose, accelerating and decelerating in ways that defied Newtonian mechanics. Some researchers speculated that the object was cloaking itself, manipulating electromagnetic fields to remain just beyond the probe's detection range. If so, it was not merely observing Voyager 2, it was choosing when and how to reveal itself. The discovery sent shockwaves beyond the scientific community. Governments, aware of the implications, imposed strict media controls, limiting public access to raw data from the deep space network. Private observatories reported unexplained interruptions in their operations, and several AI research teams working on signal analysis were abruptly reassigned. The secrecy only fueled speculation, with some claiming that the signal was a prelude to an extraterrestrial presence already within our solar system. Others argued that it was a natural phenomenon, perhaps a previously unknown property of the interstellar medium. But the data told a different story. The signal's complexity, its responsiveness, and its synchronization with Voyager 2's transmissions pointed to an intelligence that was not only aware of the probe, but possibly aware of Earth itself. What made the signal even more unsettling was its structure. When decoded, The binary patterns formed geometric shapes, spirals, fractals, and recursive loops that bore a striking resemblance to symbols found in ancient human cultures. These patterns were not random noise, but carried a mathematical elegance, as if designed to convey meaning. AI linguists, tasked with analyzing the data, found similarities to theoretical models of universal communication, where fundamental constants, like pi or the golden ratio, are used to bridge linguistic gaps. The signal structure suggested it was crafted to be understood, not by Voyager's primitive systems, but by the civilization that sent it. This raised a haunting question. Had the signal been intended for Voyager 2, or was it meant for us, the ones listening on Earth? The philosophical implications were as profound as the scientific ones. For centuries, humanity has gazed at the stars, wondering if we are alone. The Voyager probes, with their golden records carrying the sounds and images of Earth, were a defiant declaration of our existence, a message to the cosmos that we are here. But what if the cosmos was listening all along? What if Voyager 2's journey, far from being a solitary venture, had drawn the attention of something ancient, something that had been waiting in the dark for a sign of intelligent life? The signal suggested not just presence, but intent, a deliberate act of communication, or perhaps a warning. The distinction was impossible to discern, but the mere possibility shifted the paradigm. We were no longer the only ones reaching out. Something was reaching back. As the days passed, the Deep Space Network continued to monitor Voyager 2's transmissions, but the probe's power levels were critically low. Its radioisotope thermoelectric generators, once capable of producing 470 watts, had dwindled to a fraction of their original capacity. Each instrument, still operational, consumed precious energy, and scientists faced a grim reality. Voyager 2's ability to transmit would soon cease. Yet the anomaly persisted, its pulses growing stronger even as the probe's signal weakened. It was as if the source was compensating, ensuring its message would be heard. The final transmission, received on July 28, 2025, was incomplete, a fragmented burst of data that ended abruptly. Engineers speculated that the probe's attitude control system, responsible for keeping its antenna aligned with Earth, had finally failed. Without precise orientation, Voyager 2 could no longer communicate. Its voice was silenced, but the message it carried lingered. The loss of contact did not end the mystery. Radio telescopes across the globe continued to detect the cosmic echo, the faint, synchronized pulses that mirrored Voyager 2's final signal. These echoes were not confined to a single region, but appeared in multiple observatories, from the southern hemisphere to the Arctic Circle. The phenomenon defied explanation, suggesting a source capable of projecting signals across vast distances with pinpoint accuracy. Some scientists proposed that the pulses were a form of quantum entanglement, a communication method that bypassed the limitations of light speed. Others speculated that they were the work of a distributed intelligence, a network of entities operating in concert. Whatever the truth, the echoes were a reminder that the universe was no longer a passive backdrop. It was alive, responsive, and perhaps watching. The question now haunting humanity is not whether we are alone, but what we have awakened. Voyager 2, a humble machine built with 1970s technology, was never meant to provoke such a response. Its mission was to explore, to observe, to carry humanity's story to the stars. Yet in its final moments, It became something more, a catalyst for a revelation that has upended our place in the cosmos. The signal it transmitted was not just data, it was a mirror reflecting our own curiosity, our ambition, and our vulnerability. If the anomaly was indeed a message, what did it intend to convey? Was it a greeting, an invitation to join a greater cosmic community? Or was it a warning, a signal to turn back before we ventured too far? The absence of answers only deepened the sense of awe and unease. In the wake of Voyager 2's silence, the scientific community has turned its attention to the future. New missions are being proposed, probes equipped with advanced sensors and AI capable of real-time signal analysis. The Deep Space Network is being upgraded to detect fainter signals, and quantum communication systems are under development to probe the mysteries of interstellar space. But these advancements come with a sobering realization. We may not be ready for what we find. The universe, once thought to be a vast, empty canvas, is now a stage where unseen actors move in shadows. Voyager 2's final signal has forced us to confront the possibility that our reach into the cosmos has consequences we cannot yet fathom. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, the legacy of Voyager 2 endures, not as a silent relic, but as a beacon that illuminated the unknown. Its final transmission was not an end, but a beginning, a call to explore further, to question deeper, and to prepare for what lies beyond. The patterns in the signal, the cosmic echoes, the unexplained movements, they are threads in a tapestry we are only beginning to unravel. The universe is no longer a distant frontier. It is a living, dynamic presence that has noticed us. And as we listen to the faint whispers of the cosmos, one truth resonates above all. The next signal could come at any moment, and it might not just change what we know about the universe, it might change who we are